Welcome to the AKS members induction ceremony by Trf Trustee Chair Ian Riseley. I now invite President of the Rotary Club of Mumbai Royals, Sangeet Modi. May I request those who are standing to please settle down. Debyendu, please settle down. We've started the meeting.
Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to Trf Trustee Chair Ian Riseley, Trf Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya, DG Sandeep Agarwala, College of Governors, respected donors, and my dear friends, Rotarian friends. I hereby call the meeting to order. Thank you.
I request the President of the Rotary Club of Bombay, I beg your pardon, President Vineet Bhatnagar.
Good evening, everyone. Trf Trustee Chair Ian Riseley, Trf Trustee Bharat Pandya, DG Sandeep Agarwala, First Lady Malini Agarwala, past Trf Trustee Ashok Mahajan, Rotary International Director-elect Mr. Raju Subramaniam, past Rotary International Directors, past governors, dignitaries and officials of District 3141, distinguished patrons of the Rotary Foundation, fellow Rotarians and their partners, ladies and gentlemen. Founded more than 100 years ago with less than $27 US, the Rotary Foundation has spent more than $4 billion on life-changing, sustainable projects till date. This evening, and similar such events across the world, are both an acknowledgement and celebration of the generosity of the donors and patrons of the Rotary Foundation. Our foundation is the vehicle that transforms your gifts into service projects that change lives close to home and around the world. In my personal assessment, the wheel of the Rotary Foundation is in motion for the last 10 decades on twin engines of donations and volunteering. More than 1.4 million Rotarians across 200 odd countries have committed service before self to brighten the light and hope in millions of lives around the globe. It is the component of volunteering that allows Rotary to deploy as much as 91% of the funds towards projects, program awards, and operations. And for some clubs, this number is even as high as 97%. As a proud Rotarian, I'm happy to share that the Rotary Foundation has been accorded the highest rating of 4 stars for the last 14 consecutive years by Charity Navigator, an independent agency that evaluates charitable organizations in the US. This rating is an objective assessment of how the foundation uses donations, incubates and sustains its service projects, and practices good governance with transparency. I'm equally excited to share with all our guests today that for the year 21-22 and for several years even before that, District 314
तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Australia.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea.
डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3141 के नाम से।
District 3141 Rotary, District 3141, District 3141 Rotary, District 3141। हर एक दर्द मिटाएगा ये, हर जख्मी दिल पर प्यार का मलहम लगाएगा ये, सबके चेहरे पर मुस्कान लाएगा ये, हर हाल में जीना सिखलाएगा ये, ना उम्मीदों को उम्मीद की किरण दिखलाएगा ये, गीत खुशी के सबके लबों पर लाए ये। District 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, District 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये। रोटरी के फायदे सबको समझाएगा ये, रोटरी के अंदाज से जीना सिखलाएगा ये, भाईचारे और दोस्ती का सबक सिखाएगा ये, रोटरियंस में नया जोश जगाएगा ये, दीप खुशियों की खुशियों घर घर में जलाएगा ये, दीप खुशियों की खुशियों घर घर में जलाएगा ये। District 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, District 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, District 3141 Rotary, District 3141, District 3141 Rotary का साल अल्फा है ये। हर क्षेत्र में अपनी सोच का दायरा बढ़ाएगा ये, उम्मीद से बढ़कर सफलता हासिल करेगा ये, नामुमकिन को भी मुमकिन करेगा ये, सारे जहां में रोटरी का परचम फहराएगा ये। District 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, District 3141 का साल अल्फा है ये, District 3141 Rotary, District 3141, District 3141 Rotary का साल अल्फा है ये।
Thank you. I now invite the Rotary Foundation head of 3141, Akshay Mehta.
Good evening, friends. Good evening. Friends, celebration is what we have here today. Celebrating giving, celebrating the generous donors out here, celebrating the Rotary Foundation, celebrating with the trustee chair of TRF, Ian Riseley, who was also the past Rotary president in 1718. Welcome, sir. Celebrating with our CSR partners, club presidents, other major donors. Welcome to you all, sir. Today's event is to recognize the large-hearted donors of Rotary District 3141. We will formally induct 11 donors to Rotary TRF to the prestigious AKS fraternity. Shall we have a round of applause for them, please? These donors are well known to us. Their AKS announcements have been made in the Alpha year or earlier. Friends, an AKS induction event of this scale, this is the first time an event like this is being held in India, and I'm told out of Evanston. So I think we deserve a big round of applause. It's a privilege to be part of this hosting team here. We will also recognize about 30 major donors who have scaled up their giving and reached to the next level of giving in the current year. As a surprise, we all like surprises and happy endings. We will share with you during the proceedings some more commitments which have come forward. So be ready to hear all of that and go home happy, sir. In the same breath, I would invite any others who want to make an announcement of their large-hearted giving. We are here. We are all here. So please let us know if you guys are keen to set something up. We'll be happy to take this forward. Sir, 7 months of Rotary year have gone. It is also time to review where we have reached. We had started the year with past glory. We all know, and Vineet shared where our district stands in the world pecking order. So we have our past. We had made some projections, and it's 7 months, so it's time to review where we have reached. And during the course of the evening, we will share those numbers. I assure you we will not let you down. Friends, we are one of the premier districts in the Rotary world, as we all know. And now, also based out of India's financial capital. And India, as we all know, is now going towards 5 trillion and, budgets being surveyed at 11 on 10 and so on and so forth. So I would urge that, all of us also need to support the foundation, need to support our district lead from the front, in keeping with how India is faring. An annual fund challenge has also been set up, and we have announced this. March 31st is the closing date for that. So I urge all the presidents to please pay attention. We are doing a Zoom call on Saturday. Come on it and understand what we are going to do. 12 club presidents or 12 clubs will be declared as winners, and they will be taken for a 5-star holiday on April 22nd. Thank you, friends. The next TRF seminar will be happening on March 12th, and I look forward to all of you being there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshay. I now invite Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator Raju Subramaniam to the stage.
Thank you, Sandeep. Friends, it's such a delight to be here this evening. Amongst friends, some of whom we are meeting after a long time. In the presence of our trustee chair, the induction of so many of our large donors who have gone on to become Arch Clump Society members and have climbed the ladder even there to Circle and elsewhere, I think it's an honor for 3141 to be in the midst of this ceremony for the first time in this country. I've been asked by Sandeep to speak on the power of the TRF. I think the power I see in this room, this is the true power of the TRF. Donors with large hearts who contribute to the foundation for the purpose of foundation doing good in the world, I think is that not the power of the foundation. That indeed is the power of the foundation. Ambitious projects are embarked upon from the foundation because of the power that stems from your giving, from the wide range of thoughts and ideas which the foundation always thinks on. Who else would have embarked upon a plan to get rid of polio in the world and make this world polio free? And we are nearly there. This year, with not a single case of polio in the world, I think we are about to make that happen. Clap if you like, but loudly if you like. Look at the ambition thereafter. To prevent deaths in Zambia because of malaria, to have a program of scale, and in 1 year to achieve a 50% less death rate is indeed not something that we can even dream of, but only the power of the foundation can make that happen with the volunteers that we have from all over the world. We now have a program of scale in Nigeria too. What is this power that gets us? Partnerships from the world. Partnerships with the Gates Foundation, partnerships with the World Vision for the program of scale in Zambia, partnership with governments which are willing to partner with us. Why? because of a 5-letter word called trust. And when Bill Gates met me when I was a governor-elect at San Diego, Ian, he told me one thing. He says, if there is a foundation of trust, it's your foundation. And I think, friends, it is that trust that we have given to the community, which we have taken upon ourselves to ensure that we are always never a person who breaches the promise that we make. We make a promise, we make it happen, is the foundation, and that, I think, is the power of our Rotary Foundation. Friends, there is so much more that I can keep talking about as far as the foundation is concerned. Take the humanitarian effort in Ukraine. 400 million, Bharat? 400 million, am I right? Sorry, 50 million. 50 million, sorry. And, sorry, 400 million was something else. 50 million, and the floods in Pakistan. Support to them. Make for every humanitarian cause, the foundation stands firm. In each of our 7 avenues of service, we are touching lives and making a difference all over the globe. And it's thanks to you, my friends, large-hearted friends like you, and from India, from this city, from all over the world, who truly make that happen. And friends, I'm very proud as an Indian today. For the simple reason, Ian, we are no more a taking country, we are a giving country, being the second in the world for the purpose of giving to the annual program fund. And friends, ultimately, what brings us succor and joy is the service that we do by making small things happen, little things happen, also major things happen to ensure that people in the world, communities in the world are secure, educated, literate, and are free from any kind of disease. Friends, I urge you to continue to support our foundation of trust, a foundation which I think is unparalleled as far as any service organization in the world today. Otherwise, we would not be getting this 4-star rating for a decade and more. So thank you very much for being here, my friends, and thank you very much for your continuous support to the Rotary Foundation. And I'm sure, Akshay, that we will have a lot more donors coming our way this evening. And thank you, Ian, for being here with us this evening.
Thank you, Raju. We will now have the induction ceremony of the first set of the Archclum Society members. May I have the presentation, please? The first one is Lieutenant Manoj Israni.
Company which is best known for its state-of-the-art world-class products. Manoj is extremely tech-savvy and believes in making the best use of technology to harness the potential of human capital. Today, Blue Cross Laboratories is a force to reckon with in the Indian pharmaceutical market with annual revenue of over 1,000 crore rupees in just formulations. Mr. Israni has been actively associated with various industry bodies, IDMA, Indian Drug Manufacturers Association, as a member, and he's won awards for their plants in Goa and Nashik. He's also been a member of the Indo-American Society and India Merchant Chambers. He has been a Rotarian of Rotary Club of Bombay throughout, with several remarkable achievements to his credit over the years. The feather in his cap was joining the glorious ranks of the Archclum Society Foundation Circle through his generous donations of $1 million USD towards the Rotary Foundation. Manoj is an avid art collector and pet lover.
I now invite the TRF Trustee Chair, Ian Riseley, the TRF Trustee, Dr. Bharat Pandya, and Rotarian Manoj Israni to please come up on stage for the induction ceremony. I now invite Rotarian Manoj Israni to please give his response.
This time I've come a little bit more prepared for a speech because Sandeep told me to give a 5-minute speech, so I was agreed upon that. I called it the King's Speech. Governor Sandeep Agarwal and fellow Rotarians, okay, thank you for inviting me for this event. It gives me great pride in becoming a member of the Arts Club Society. The Rotary Foundation has been transforming communities and countries for more than a century. And that is because of the dedication and passion of our Rotarians. I was recently in Kerala with Saffron Art to see the first time the Kochi Biennale, it's basically a large art exhibition, founded in 2010 by the famous artist Bose Krishnamachari. The main purpose of the exhibition was the conservation of our heritage, properties and monuments, and the upliftment of traditional forms of art and culture. I've seen many good projects that Rotary has done in the past, and also wondered why we never dabbled into the preservation of our own arts and culture as a project. Hence, as we pass the torch on to a new generation of Rotarians, I would recommend to them to look into this and to try and find a way to accommodate arts and culture in their future endeavors. This includes future presidents, future governors, but this we need to look into. When a famous prime minister was once asked to cut art funds in favor of war effort, he simply replied, then what are we fighting for? I don't know if this resonates with you, but it's a very deep thought. You can think about it in the days ahead. And most importantly, I'd like to thank my dear friend Nirav Shah for encouraging me to contribute this year, without which I probably wouldn't be standing here today. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Manoj, for reaching the foundation circle of giving $1 million. Thank you. May I have the next slide, please?
Mr. Dilip Piramal is the chairman of VIP Industries Limited and pioneered the formation of the molded luggage industry in India in 1971. Mr. Piramal is the pioneer of the monoblock plastic chair in India. He served as the president of the IMC Chamber of Commerce and Industry from 2015 to 16. He is a former president of the Organization of Plastic Processors of India, OPP, the All India Plastic Manufacturers Association, AIPMA, and was the youngest president of the Rotary Club of Bombay Midtown in 1981, and he served till 1982. He takes active interest in social and philanthropic activities. For instance, he is involved with the Piramal Education Trust in Bagar, Rajasthan, which runs a school and college for deserving students. He has ISO restored the Piramal Haveli in Bagar, Rajasthan, which is now a heritage hotel in the traditional architectural form. In 1987, Mr. Piramal sponsored the establishment of the Piramal Gallery at the prestigious National Centre for Performing Arts, NCPA, in Mumbai. In the last 5 years, Mr. Piramal has been actively involved in philanthropic activities with the RC of Bombay and the Rotary Foundation. Please give him a big hand.
I now invite Rotarian Dilip Piramal, TRF Trustee Chair Ian Riseley, and TRF Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya to please come onto the stage. I beg your pardon, may I invite Shalini also to please join us on the stage. As you can see, Lieutenant Dilip Piramal has jumped straight from level 1, which was the trustee circle, to the foundation circle of $1 million. He'll be committing it for the year 30th June 2023. So please give him a round of applause. Thank you. I now invite Lieutenant Dilip Piramal to please offer his response.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Foundation TRF Chairman Ian, and Director Bharat, DG Sandeep, and my own President Vineet, and all the other presidents and all other dignitaries here. It is indeed a great honor and a privilege for me to be here today and to have been given this honor of joining the AKS circle. I am truly privileged and humbled. When Sandeep mentioned to me that I have to make a short speech, I asked him, what do I have to say? So he said, you got to motivate others. But then I think all the people here are committed. So what am I going to motivate them? If they want to rise to higher levels, I mean, they know everything. But just 3 days ago, we had a very high-level YPO meeting where the representative of a major donor, Peggy Dulany, who's the daughter of David Rockefeller, she removed the Rockefeller name from her surname. She was there and they were talking about philanthropy. And so I learned a lot of things. And one of the best take-home, which I took, not really take-home, I'm already aware of it, all of you are probably aware of it, and that is why you are doing what you're doing, was that she was mentioning how she's working with the very poor, very deprived people in India, and she's based in Brazil, I think. She lived there in the favelas for a while, in the slums. And she said that when you see the joy in the lives of the beneficiaries, and she gave a long description, but she said the ultimate joy is the joy you get yourself. And I think all of us know that, and that is why we are there. That is what motivates us. And in a country like India, where there is so much poverty and deprivation, there is no end to it. I mean, if I give away all my wealth also, it's still a drop in the ocean. So I don't have to motivate you people. I mean, you are all already committed. And there are so many other things I can say, but I think all of us know these things and we do what we can. So I'm thankful to God that I'm in this position where I can be of some help. I feel I can do much, much more, and I do intend to do much more because I am 73 years now. And I have no desire to accumulate more wealth. Fortunately, I am in business in a listed company and the values of the share is going up, so the wealth is increasing. But I definitely don't want to accumulate any more income. And I hope I can get to the situation where I don't have any liquid money. It's a thought and a desire. It's not so easy to fulfill, let me tell you that. But so once again, I thank the Rotary Foundation for giving this opportunity. And I must mention one thing, last point, is that our DG, Sandeep, is a fantastic person. The moment I joined this Rotary Club, I was earlier on I was president of the Rotary Club of Bombay Midtown in 81, 82. That is more than 40 years ago. So, and I'm not, I'm just 73 now. So, but when I joined the Rotary Club of Bombay about 5 years ago, he came to me and asked me to become a AKS member, which I readily agreed because in my mind I had Sorry if I'm taking a bit long, just 2 more minutes. In my mind, I had decided that I want to now contribute to the foundation, do all this good work. And I know about the foundation. It does good work. And I know about my Rotary Club of Bombay also. It is very well managed. So it didn't take me more than 2 minutes to say yes to him. And then he came to me earlier, about 7 months ago, for a larger donation. And I readily agreed within 5 minutes. And then I had to tell him that it's not that you come and I say yes. But because I know all the background. In fact, I also told him how I refused a donation of not even of $5,000 because I didn't think it was warranted. So Sandeep is fantastic and look at the good work he's doing in our district. And he's able to generate so much more. All the best to you, Sandeep, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dilip, for being so charitable, not only in your giving, but in your words for me. Very kind of you. So he's the second member from the Rotary Club of Bombay today who has achieved the Foundation Circle giving in the AKS Society. May I have the next presentation, please?
Taizoon Khorakiwala and Edith Khorakiwala. Taizoon runs a bakery, patisserie and its value chain Switch Group, which has been built up over 43 years, currently manufactures operations in 10 countries, employing over 5,000 people with sales up to $480 million as of 2022. He's been involved in numerous acts of philanthropy and charity, including 200 pediatric surgeries at Wockhardt Hospital, 325 orthopedic surgeries at SRCC Hospital, has supported Arman, Sneha, KHPT, CINI Maternal and Child Care. Edith, meanwhile, has worked for 15 years with Asian Development Bank, is presently a homemaker and entrepreneur, working on building and selling small-scale townhouses in Manila, Philippines. She's held significant positions in Rotary and in other non-profits. Truly an iron lady. Please give it up for this dynamic couple.
I now invite Rotarian Taizoon Khorakiwala, Rotary, and Edith Khorakiwala, TRF Trustee Chair Ian Riseley, and TRF Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya on the stage, please. Thank you. May I ask Taizoon to please give his response? And just to let you know, he's already at $500,000, what is known as the Trustee Circle, and he's committed another $250,000 to reach midway between the Trustee Circle and the Foundation Circle.
And Sandeep didn't really have to twist my arm for that 250. He just suggested it a couple of days back, and I said, okay, today morning. But thank you very much, Sandeep, for suggesting that I get my induction here in Bombay. I was scheduled to be in Evanston end of March. It's a very good idea. I have a lot of my fellow Rotarians here from my club, and it's so much better to be honored in your own city. Trustee Chair Ian, Dr. Pandya, my fellow Rotarians at the Worli Club, and fellow Rotarians of Bombay, my family. Tonight is about giving, and that's what we are all here for. My giving journey is a relatively short one, I think maybe 5 or 6 years. And it's largely because the stars have aligned with my emotions. My wife, who comes from a humble background, has always had something to give to the beggars that some of us find very irritating in Bombay, when they knock on our window screens and all that. And her attitude and the way that we have conducted ourselves in Bombay has always kept me very grounded. And I thank her for that. Recently, my son Adam has expanded it for our family by inducting Dasra as a consulting house for us to broaden our giving. India is the geographical focus of our giving. We think that anything that you do in this country is a drop in the ocean. You look up, down, right, left. There is something to do. So there is so much of need and so much of things to be done. And it just keeps on inspiring you as to the kind of joy that you see in the humble giving that people receive. As mentioned, we operate in 10 countries, but we've decided to focus on India because it's the country of my birth. Bombay is the city of my upbringing, and Calcutta is another city where I earn my livelihood. So these are the two cities that we focus on, and we focus on child and maternal health as a focus. We think that when we improve the health of a child or a mother, we have, or the society has, 70 years of a return on that investment. My inspiration for giving, I just thought I'd mention it, comes from 3 sources. Firstly, charity is a very central pillar of my faith. And while I may not be a very observant Muslim, but this particular aspect of my faith resonates very, very deeply with me. Secondly, my upbringing. My father was a Rotarian, my brother is a Rotarian, so we come from a long family of Rotarians. So I have been part of the Rotary world, or the Rotary family. My father gave me a book when I was maybe 10 years old. It was The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, and it had a big impact on me. If I can quote from one of the most impactful verses, "Give so that the season of giving may be yours and not your inheritors. Through our hands, God speaks, and from behind their eyes, He smiles upon the earth. To give is to live. To withhold is to perish. To give with joy, and that joy is our reward." So, finally, my third inspiration is Rotarians, all of you. Again, I quote from the Prophet, "You give but little when you give of your possessions. It's when you give of yourselves that you truly give." I just write a check. You give your life and your time and your emotions and your energies to this. Please put your hands together to celebrate us Rotarians who collectively make this world a better place.
Thank you, Tyson, for your generosity. May I have the next presentation, please?
Rajendra Chapwale is the founder of Monarch Group of Companies, which has been in business for over 50 years. Rajendra was the president of RC of Mumbai North Island in the year 2007 to 2008. He has held many positions as director of Rotary Club of Mumbai North Island for so many years. Mr. Chapwale has also been the trustee of the club for the last many years. Currently, he is the founder and managing director of Rajendra Chapwale Foundation and has since then represented India in many countries like Israel, UK, France, Spain and China through Maharashtra Chamber of Housing Industry as well as Mumbai Chamber of Commerce. From time to time, he has been the recipient of many certificates of merit. Our heartiest congratulations, sir. We salute you.
Please give it up for Rotarian Rajendra Chapwale. Rajendra, please come up with Shubha Lakshmi. And may I invite TRF Trustee Chair Ian Riseley and TRF Trustee Bharat Pandya also to please join us on the stage. Rotarian Rajendra Chapwale is achieved chair circle in the AKS. I now invite Rajendra to give his response.
Trustee Chair Riseley, District Governor Sandeep, Dr. Bharat Pandya, RI Trustee, fellow Rotarians, District Governors. I don't know what I have to say today because I have been associated with Rotary for over so many years. And in fact, I became Arch Club member in the year 2007-2008 or so. I was in Rotary, but I was not that much in Rotary because I was not that keen and serving anything. But in the year 2006, I was accidentally made a president of the club because the president-elect fell sick, and only a month back I was told by our district governor J.T. Vyas, who was also from our club, to become the president of the club. In that year itself, I realized the value, the importance of Rotary in the life. And in the very year, I became the Arch Club member also. And then after, we were just giving, and for every year, whatever was possible for us. In fact, me and my wife, we have been engaged in giving education to the deprived children, unprivileged children in the rural areas for over last 4 decades or so. But when I came in Rotary, and especially when I became the president of the Rotary, it was still better because in the Rotary, it is not only that you get advice or somebody tells you you give money or like that, but in Rotary, other people also come with you. They associate with you, they work with you, and they see that your project is successful. Whatever you want to do, it is always successful. And that's what it went on and on and on. And this is how I am here today. I am very much happy that you are honoring me today. I am obliged. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rotarian Rajendra Chapwale, for your very generous donation of $500,000. May I have the next presentation, please?
Mr. Ashok Mahansaria is a leading industrialist, having been involved in tire, paper and textile industries for over 4 decades now. Mr. Mahansaria has been actively supporting a wide variety of philanthropic causes across education, healthcare, child welfare and support for the elderly. Since the last many years, his actions have contributed to the overall betterment of our society, and for that, we thank you, sir.
I now invite Mr. Ashok Mahansarya, Mrs. Sushila Mahansarya, together with Trustee Chair Ian Riseley and TRF Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya at the stage, please. Mr. Mahansarya, despite not being a Rotarian, has contributed very generously to the cause of Rotary. He's already trustee level AKS member, and today he's committed to go to the next level with his, which is the AKS Society level chair. Mr. Mahansarya has yielded his time, so I will now ask you to take a 5-minute break. It's a comfort break. Please assemble exactly in 5 minutes. We'll be back with the rest of the program. Thank you for your patience. I will then speak and carry on with the induction program. May I request everyone to please settle down. We will begin in 2 minutes. Please take your seats. We will begin in 2 minutes. May I request to please, Vijay, please close the bar service and shut those doors. Akshay, may I request you to please come to me at the stage. Akshay Mehta, the TRF head, please. Akshay. No, I'll do it in level 3. Just remind me, I don't have a... So the light must be switched on now. Specific somebody. So who's going to man the other side, you figure out. But it has to follow as you stand up. Well, the ATS also told them to follow, but they're not doing it. And maybe doing it for sure because they're not coming to the stage. And everyone's going up and doing the choices to them, right? They're doing things like that, right? Going to the follow light now. Someone's going to do the follow light. Yeah. Okay, fine. But Amrita also not right. Thank you. We're about to begin. At the console, may I have your attention, please? This is going to be my presentation now. Please settle down. We cannot begin till you're seated. Leena Shah, Radhika, please settle down. May I request all those people congregated there to please take your seats. Thank you. Thank you. Monica, please settle down. Thank you. BGB, Vinit. At the far end there, may I request everyone to please take their seats. Thank you very much for your understanding. TRF Trustee Chair Ian Riseley, TRF Trustee Bharat, Rotary International Director-elect Raju Subramaniam and Vidya, past TRF Trustee and past Rotary International Director Ashok Mahajan, past governors and future governors, the EMGA, Deepak Gupta and Reena, the Assistant Rotary Foundation Coordinator Harjeet Talwar, the District Rotary Foundation Coordinator Ajay Gupta and Ranju, TRF senior officials Harvey Newcomb and Shakuntala Raha, Presidents Vineet Bhatnagar and Sangeet Modi, dignitaries, our numerous donors and CSR partners, ladies and gentlemen. TRF and giving is a way of life in 3141. Let me share a few salient achievements in the past 7 months starting 1st July 2022. May I have the presentation, please? I'm glad to announce that till date, which is 2nd February 2023 today, our total giving has been an unprecedented $2.5 million till date. You deserve all the applause for the generous support and kindness you have shown to the cause. This is the breakup. The annual fund contribution is $684,000. Other funds is at $1.6 million. The endowment contribution is $100,000. And the polio fund contribution is approximately $32,000. The CSR India grants approved. We have a total of 16 grants approved so far in this year, many more to come, totally valued at $1.242 million. A little word about CSR in India, TRF Chair. I believe the future of Rotary in India is intrinsically linked to CSR, because there is no other government in the world which has compulsorily mandated for corporates which are making profits to compulsorily spend on charitable activities. And today, there is no better organization, and I say it with a lot of gumption and with a lot of thought, there's no better organization than Rotary poised to take advantage of this. For the simple reason, yes, and I'll tell you why. Leave aside the fact that we have 4-star rating from Charity Navigator. Leave aside the fact that the Rotary Foundation is rated amongst probably the top 5 or 3 NGOs in the USA and the world. And leave aside the splendid stewardship and governance provided by all its constituents, right till the top to the bottom. But the fact is, in India, we have a beautiful structure that the club is the administrative arm, and we have a giving arm called the Charitable Trust in most of the clubs. And through our member subscriptions, all the administrative expenditure is taken care of by the club and not the trust. As a result of which, the trust has almost zero administrative expenditure. And therefore, any CSR donor or contributor who gives us money, almost 100% of it reaches the beneficiary, as against all the competing NGOs. And there is no NGO barring Rotary, and maybe to some extent one or two others, which has this almost 0% administrative expenditure. The average for the industry of an NGO for the admin expenditure in our country is anywhere between 20 to 30%. And that is why you get the biggest bang for the buck, and nowhere will you get a set of dedicated and qualified Rotarians who are experts in the field, providing high quality stewardship and governance as compared to the other NGOs. So give it up for yourself, and remember that you are the most important cog in the wheel for receiving CSR contributions. The global grants approved so far, 8, approximately 1 million. New AKS members this year, 9. They're all at the 250,000 circle, which is the trustee circle. 2 members of the AKS of the Arch Clump Society have gone up from the chair circle to the foundation circle. 2. And this is not included in the figure of 9. Remember, this is 9 plus 2. 1 member has gone up from the AKS chair circle midway to the foundation circle by contributing $250,000 commitment. 1. And 1, we have a new entrant to the AKS chair circle, so making a grand total of 13 so far. The top clubs for TRF giving so far: Rotary Club of Bombay, $845,000. We are committed to $1.5 million, sir, for the year, and we will achieve it in the Rotary Club of Bombay. Rotary Club of Bombay North at $280,000. Rotary Club of Mumbai Western Elite at $218,000. Rotary Club of Queen's Necklace, Mumbai at $207,000. Rotary Club of Bombay Hanging Garden at $131,000. And Rotary Club of Queen's City at $125,000. These are only the top clubs. Obviously, many other clubs have contributed handsomely to give us the total we have reached. Today, I'm glad to announce that as on 31st January 2023, District 3141 stood at the top in the world in total TRF giving. So we are committed to achieve a target of $5 million by the year end, and we assure you that it will happen. May I have the next presentation, please?
Nirav and Devina Shah are both Rotarians, Nirav with Rotary Club of Bombay and Devina with Rotary Club of Queen's Necklace, Mumbai. They run businesses in realty, investment and pharma logistics. Nirav joined RCO of Bombay in 1999 and has also served as its president in 2013 all the way till 2014. Jai Ho, Nirav has served Rotary District 3141 in multiple positions, but most regularly in the TRF team, as he is especially passionate about the Rotary Foundation. He has received the Certificate of Meritorious Service Award from TRF Trustee Chair Kalyan Banerjee in May 2016. Devina has received the Rotarian Spouse Partner Service Award in June 2014 by President Ron Burton of RI. Both are also trustees for the Damodar Das Charity Trust, Bhavnagar, Gujarat. Nirav and Devina lead a busy social life, love to travel and are keen followers of spiritualism.
I welcome the most popular Rotarian of our club, past President Rotarian Nirav Shah and Devina, to the stage And I also invite TRF Trustee Chair Ian Riseley and TRF Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya. So Nirav has achieved the chair circle of $500,000 of giving. I now invite him to give his response.
I want to thank TRF Trustee, first of all, Bharat Pandya, always motivator, and my governor, DG, Sandeep Agarwala, and Malini, First Lady, who put me into TRF in the Rotary Club of Bombay 20 years back. So at the club level, I've been handling TRF for 20 years, and at the district level for 10 years. I want to thank all the donors, each and every one of you, whether you're given $1 or $1 million. Manoj Israni, sir, thank you very much for practicing ISR, individual social responsibility. I didn't have to give you any fancy presentations. We just thought Rotary Foundation is the best, and thank you, Manoj, for your support. Manoj Murarka, many others, Habil sir, Taizon here, and many others who I would wish to name. Just finally, I just want to say one thing to each and every one of you. Thank you for your 3 T's, treasure, time, and talent. Thank you for your 3 H's, head, heart, and hand. And finally, I want to say, Jai Ho, may victory be yours. Mangal Ho, may you be blessed. And Anand Ho, may you be happy. Thank you.
Leading by example, Nirav Shah. Give it up for him. Yes, also from the Rotary Club of Bombay. Thank you. May I have the next presentation, please?
Manoj Murarka
Yes,
is the
his
managing
daughter is
director
also a member of the Sunlight
Batliwala
Club.
and Karani Securities India Private Limited, having worked there for the last 39 years. He has been the trustee of 2 NGOs, the Light of Life Trust, which has provided educational opportunities to over 15,000 rural children in India, and the Mata Charitable Trust, which helps other NGOs raising funding and running their programs. He is a Rotarian of RC of Bombay, and his lovely wife Swapna is an artist and home engineer. She is an active Rotarian of the RC of Bombay as well, and continues to participate in several projects with zest and passion. Manoj and Swapna are avid art lovers and love travelling.
I now invite Rotarian Manoj Murarka and Swapna on the stage, please. And I also invite TRF Trustee Chair Ian Riseley and TRF Trustee Bharat Pandya. I may add here that Manoj's business now requires him to stay for substantial periods of time overseas, and he especially made an air dash for this induction ceremony today. And he's just here for 2 days. He'll get inducted and then leave maybe tomorrow or the day after. So thank you, Manoj and Swapna, for making it here today. Thank you, Manoj and Swapna, for donating $250,000 to the Rotary Foundation and achieving Trustee Circle status. May I have the next presentation, please?
Dilip and Bhavini Shah. Dilip, a commerce graduate, became a chartered accountant at the age of 22. Teaching is his passion, and even as a student, he took to professional teaching, having taught over 50,000 students, including over 15,000 CA aspirants during his teaching career of around 20 years. Presently, a financial consultant to a multinational group having interests in gems and jewelry, healthcare and other industries, Dilip's been a member of RC of Bombay Hanging Gardens since 2013 and has held varied positions in his club and had served as his club president in the year 2019 to 2020. Even in the district, he has served under TRF Publications, Club Service and Water and Sanitation Avenues. He's been the recipient of Avenues of Service citation from RI and Rotary Foundation's District Service Award and is presently in the Alpha year. Dilip is the Assistant Governor. Also, he is chairman at National Association for Blind, Department of Rehabilitation, Director of Dialysis Department at Dalvi Hospital, as well as a trustee at Yashwantrao Dode World School, Mulund. His wife Bhavini is a commerce graduate as well and an active member of our Inner Wheel Club, having served as a treasurer and co-committee member. Both are extremely passionate, compassionate individuals. Both are ardent followers of Srinath Ji. Service is their passion and they do their charitable work under the name of Premlata Vandravan Shah Charities, PVSC.
Thank you. I now invite my dear friend and college mate Dilip Shah and Bhavini to take the stage. Also request TRF Chair Ian Riseley and TRF Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya to join us. Thank you, Dilip, for achieving the Trustee Circle of AKS. May I now request you to please give your response?
TRF Trustee Chair Ian Riseley, Bharat Bhai, DG Sandeep, and all the district dignitaries. Well, I was not prepared for this, but one thing, I don't have an illustrious family. I'm a common man on the street. I am a simple man, humble background, but yes, I am a Rotarian. My parents did not give me any valuations, but they gave me values. And that's what I have done. It said, give until it hurts. And that's what I request all of you. Right from the time I took my presidentship in the year 1920, where DG was Mr. Harjit Singh Talwar. Since then, till now, so it's been only a small journey in the TRF of about 3 to 4 years. But I will thank all my DGs and all the DGs thereafter and the TRF team, including Akshay, Neerav, and whosoever were the TRF team, to motivate me, to tell me what good this Rotary world is doing, Rotary is doing to the world. And that is what has, enthused me that yes, give, but give through Rotary. And that is what I will urge each one of you to do, give and give through Rotary. There is a Rotarian in each and every one of us. There is a Rotarian in each and every one of us. All he has to do is do his good deeds through the Rotary Foundation. It's a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Dilip. May I have the next presentation, please?
Lalit Chadda, Managing Director of Val Organics Private Limited, along with his charming wife Richa Chadda, Mr. Chadda is the founder of Val Organics and Goodwill Industries and is an eminent personality in the chemicals and dye materials manufacturing space. He is the Chairman Emeritus of Thane Manufacturers Association, President of ASMECHEM Chamber of Commerce and Industries of India, past President of Don Bosco Ruia College and UDCT Alumni Associations. In Rotary, he has served as the President of the Rotary Club of Thane West, Governors Group Representative, Government's Aide, and been a member of various district committees. He has a kitty full of recognitions and awards, including the Jewel of RUIA Award, the Jewel of TSSIA Award, ASMECHEM Chamber of Commerce and Industry Award, to name a few. With over 40 years of experience, Lalit and Richard Chadda, we look up to you for your wisdom and learnings.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the new entrant to the AKS, Lalit Chadda. I invite TRF Chair Ian Riseley and TRF Trustee Bharat to join us on stage, please. I invite Lieutenant Lalit Chadda to give his response, please.
Good evening, my fellow Rotarians and charming Rotarians. We have all gathered today on a very auspicious day for honoring the various AKS and even who have gone up to $1 million. Friends, I joined Rotary at a very tender age. Tender age means Rotary tender age at the age of 29. 10th of February, I'll be completing 50 years in Rotary. Throughout this journey, I have been associated with a lot of district governors, and I owe my success in Rotary to Soli Pavri, the late Soli Pavri, who was an international director. And I got much involved in Rotary when the polio movement started. And the late DG, Jagdish Khanna, was the one who inspired me to give donations to the Rotary Foundation. Friends, we all are having drinks here, wine, whiskey, vodka, etc. This is all a temporary nasha. But Rotary is a permanent nasha. Once you become a Rotary and get involved, I can tell you that this nasha never ends till the last day of your life. So friends, I request all of us to get into the Rotary nasha and create a great world for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lalit. May I have the next presentation, please?
Dr. Rajendra Prasad Agarwal is a consulting pediatrician. He joined the Rotary Club of Bombay North in 1971. His contributions within the club and outside have been immense. He was president of the club in 1980 and then again in 2003 and was involved in these mega Rotary projects. Mass immunization in rural Maharashtra of DPT and polio from 1973 to 1980. He has also played an immense role in the Worldly Chawl project as well as the Child Adoption project, setting up many medical camps in rural areas. He has received the Best Rotarian Award in 1974, Best Committee Award in 1976, the Leadership Award in 1977, Lifetime Achievement Award in 2006. Apart from this, he has also been Chief Election Officer of Indian Academy of Pediatrics and has received a Lifetime Award for the same. Dr. Sonal Agarwal, his wife, is also a consulting pediatrician. After completing her medical education from Mumbai, she went to New York to complete her further education and then single-mindedly devoted herself to her work. A workaholic by choice, Sonal has tirelessly worked towards creating wealth as a trustee for the poor people of our homeland, India. She currently dedicates every ounce of her energy and time into charity and private practice. Her philanthropy is admirable and inspirational and has benefited large numbers of deprived populations in India. Some of the recipients and causes she has supported include Marrow Donor Registry of India, Skin Bank for burn victims, pediatric heart surgery, midday meals, adoption of schools in villages in Igatpuri, e-books for the visually impaired, and many, many more. Interestingly, this couple won the Best Couple Award in their club twice, and we are not even surprised. Besides Rotary and social service, they also love to travel all over the world.
Thank you. May I invite Dr. Sonal and Rajendra Agarwal onto the stage, please, and request Trustee Chair Ian and Trustee Bharat to also please join us. Thank you, Dr. Sonal and Rajendra Agarwal. May I request one of you to please give a response?
Rotary dignitaries, Governor Sandeep, and fellow Rotarians. I'm a pediatrician. I worked as house resident in JJ Hospital in 1956, and all we saw was misery. Children dying of dehydration, polio, TB, meningitis, tetanus, diphtheria, and nothing you could do about it. So I said, what am I a pediatrician for? What am I going to do? So I said, I must do something. I went abroad, I went to UK, had my education there, and found out there are simpler ways of managing this, like clean water supply, immunization, simple evaluation of growth, treating malnutrition. So I thought, instead of being a big pediatrician, big hospital, why not work with these poor patients and try to do some good? And in doing this, we carried out mass immunization in villages. We got the oral rehydration therapy, encouraging breastfeeding, things like that. And we found that something can be done. So my friend Dr. Raj Anand, who was a Rotarian then, advised me to join Rotary and see whether I could find a forum in which I can do all this activity. Since then, I have found a good medium. We have been to villages, conducted more than 100 camps, immunization camps, polio camps. We have gone to streets and villages and slums, given polio drops to the little children, and after that Rotary also took it over. And believe me, it gives immense pleasure to be working with these poor children. And during the last 51 years in Rotary, I have found a great joy. And I'd like to share with you that same joys can be given to you. In the meantime, my wife, who had studied in New York, had some savings. And he says, now that we are old, I'm 90 years old now, that why not give our money? We live a simple life, we don't even have a car. Why not give this money to the cause you believed in? Since then, we have been contributing to Rotary Foundation, and believe me, it gives me greatest pleasures. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your generosity. The latest entrance to the trustee circle. May I have the next presentation, please?
Anil Jain has been in the chemicals business since the past 24 years. He runs an organic intermediates business and has his plant in Ankleshwar, Gujarat. He has been the president of the Rotary Club of Bombay Peninsula in 2012 to 2013 and has served as a group coordinator in 2013 to 2014, was membership co-chair in 2014 to 15 and has been assistant trainer, avenue chair membership, assistant governor, district secretary events and is public image chair this Rotary year. He is also associated with JITO. Over the years, Anil has been felicitated by many awards and recognitions in Rotary and outside of it as well. Spouse Neha, also a Rotarian, was an active dweller and is currently spending quality time with her daughters. Anil and Neha love to travel to exotic locations and are also known among friends as social media champions.
I invite Neha and Anil Jain on the stage, and again, may I please request Trustee Chair Ian and TRF Trustee Bharat to join us. I invite AKS Trustee Circle member Anil Jain to please give his response.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, DG Sandeep, for recognizing me with all humble, deep gratitude. We thank you for this honor. When I just walked in, Akshay mentioned that I have to speak something, and it was like I was very in a happy mood, and suddenly, started thinking, what to say. Because there's so many dignitaries here, and So I just remembered we had a discussion in our factory maybe 7-8 years back, and I'm blessed with 2 daughters, as you have seen in the photographs. And we were having a discussion, and while discussing, I just mentioned very casually that, it never came to our mind that we don't have a son. So we were just discussing, and I was just telling him I don't have a son. So he just mentioned, okay, what would you have done if you would have had a son? So I said, obviously, I would have raised him well and, given him good education. So he said he started counting, okay, you would have make him go to the play school, then you would have put him in the IB school, and then the best of the universities, and we would spend so much. So having said so, he said, okay, crores of rupees you would have spent on that. So now you don't have a son, so why don't you make philanthropy as your son? And whether your son will do something or not, I'm not sure. After 20 years of your hard work, you will realize whether he is really, worth it or not. But philanthropy is one thing which will make sure that this life, your next life, it will make sure that you are prospering. So I think it's an intangible asset. I'm blessed with the support of my family that I'm able to, think in that direction in this age. And I urge all of you to give. It doesn't hurt. Everyone says it hurts when you give. It doesn't hurt. I've realized it when I started giving. It's now like more of, you get that inner happiness and the peace. So that's it. That's my journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anil. May I request those in the far corner to please get seated. It's slightly jarring to see a lot of conversation going on there. Those standing in the corner there, please. Manoj, can you ask everyone to be seated, please? Thank you. The next presentation, please.
Suresh Gandhi started his career in 1972 with Kalpataru Group in the real estate and power transmission sector. He was managing director of Caprihans India Limited, a leading public limited company in the field of plastics, and the chairman of Plastic Export Promotion Council for 3 years, and then the vice president of Plastic India Foundation for 3 years. He started his own company ESSGEE in the year 2000. Suresh became a member of Rotary in 1986, going on to hold many positions as treasurer, secretary, president in Rotary Club Bombay North. He has also held the position of chairman for TRF for the last 20 years. In 2021 to 2022, he received special recognition for yeoman efforts for TRF Avenue from Rotary International. He's also been a trustee of RC of Bombay North Charity Trust for the last 15 years. Among the many projects he's been involved in are, he has donated ground plus one building to Netrahin Vikas Samsthan Jodhpur and is being used for stay and study for 120 deaf and dumb children. He has donated 120 beds at Dharamshala of Mathura Das Mathur Hospital Complex, which is run and managed by Mahavir International for the benefit of patients and their relatives. He has donated one full floor for the B.Ed college for the teachers to be trained for mentally challenged children to Navjyoti Manovikas Kendra, Jodhpur. He was serving as president of Bhagwan Mahavir Viklang Samiti at Jodhpur for more than 10 years, providing free of cost calipers, artificial limbs, hearing aids, wheelchair, tricycles, etc. to more than 20,000 beneficiaries. During COVID period, he established Breath Bank with 500 oxygen concentrators, also donated a 50 cubic meter capacity oxygen plant to Mahatma Gandhi Hospital, Jodhpur in a record 20 days time. Running a daycare center for mentally challenged in the name of Manav Foundation, Mumbai. Promoter of Skin Bank project at National Burn Center, Navi Mumbai. Serving as a trustee of Kalyanji Parmananji Trust, which is managing world famous Delwada Jain Temple, Mount Abu. Commendable work, sir.
I invite our latest entrant into the AKS circle, Suresh and Anjana Gandhi. Request Ian and Bharat to please join us. I request Suresh to please give his response.
Good evening, friends. TRF Trustee, DG Sandeep, and all Rotary friends and dignitaries. It's a great pleasure for me, and it's a matter of pride that I am part of the AKS society members. I'm the TRF chairman of my club for last 20 years or so, and we have given 7 AKS members plus these 2 today, so we have given 9 members to Rotary. And I always believe in giving and pleasure in giving. I come from a Jain family. We believe in karma, and the karma says whatever good you do, it will come back to you. So it's like an investment. If you give, it will come back to you. Maybe in this life, we have done something good in the past, that's why we have got in this life. If we do good in this life, we'll get in the next life. So it's a good business investment also. I also believe in that there's a word called Putra Saputa to Kyu Dan Sanchay and Putra Kaputa to Kyu Dan Sanchay. So I believe in that. If my son is good, he will make money of his own. And if he is not good, even if I leave something, he is going to ruin it. So, friends, I tell all of you, take pleasure in giving. That's what I will say. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh. More power to businessmen than your investments, as he said. I made a slight boo-boo. I invite Manoj Murarka to please give his response. Manoj, come on. We need you here. You've come specially from overseas for this, and I apologize for that slip up.
Thank you. I'm very new to Rotary. I haven't spent many years like most of you. But my Rotary journey is because of one person, a very dear friend of mine since a long number of years, Nirav Shah. It's because of him that I came to Rotary. It's because of him that he's led me here, and I'm very proud of this journey. And hopefully, as time goes on, we'll continue this together. Thank you.
So this should have been officially the end of our AKS induction ceremony. But I have one more pleasant announcement to make. This very morning, a freshly minted entrant into the AKS trustee circle, KK Chaudhary. I invite KK to please come up on stage. I'm sorry we don't have a trophy to give to you, but we do have a handshake. And also Meena. Meena, please come up with KK. And we do have a handshake from our TRF Trustee Chair, Ian, and TRF Trustee Bharat. Thank you, KK and Meena. I now invite KK to please give his response. KK.
Thank you, Sandeep. Only 2 days back, he, in fact, did not talk to me rather. He has given some indication that why don't I join him, becoming AKS. I am from very humble background. I came to Bombay 25 years back with no money. So whatever I did from scratch, and of course I believe that I have to give back to the society what society has given to me. So following that principle, I agreed immediately when Sandeep has just indicated, okay, I'll go ahead. Thank you so much, Sandeep, for whatever you have inspired me. Keep inspiring, and you will get so many. Probably next time you will have 30 or 40 AKS induction program. Thank you so much.
There's a saying in Hindi, "Aapke muh mein mithai ki dukaan." Thank you so much for your kind words, KK, and thank you for generosity. With KK this year, we have actually introduced 12 members who have either come first time into the society or have gone on to the next level in this year. So I think this is rather remarkable and generous of all our Rotarians, and I'm very, very grateful for all their support. I now invite onto the stage the Endowment and Major Gifts Advisor, Deepak Gupta, to introduce our TRF Trustee, Dr. Bharat Pandya.
First of all, DG, flabbergasting figures. I am unbelievable, let me tell you. So big round applause for your district governor. And I wish we had made a goal of $10 million that day when we made $4 million. I know 3141 would exceed all expectations, whatever we have from you. You are amazing people, let me tell you. And thank you for inviting me. This is my first visit to 3141. And these memories will last forever, let me tell you. A very good evening. What a great privilege to introduce a person who has mentored me all through during my governor year. I have been lucky to have worked under the leadership of Dr. Bharat Pandya, both as a governor when he was the RI director, and now when I am the regional foundation leader while he is the trustee these days. Dr. Bharat, who knows how to make you so comfortable whenever you are in deep waters. His one sentence, and I would always remember it, "Don't worry, I will take care," and then you are out of all trouble. Thank you so much, Dr. Bharat. Yes, you should give a big round. He is a person like that. And his eloquence is so addictive that you want to hear him again and again. Dr. Bharat Pandya graduated from prestigious St. GS Medical College, KEM Hospital, and is practicing as general and laparoscopic surgeon. And don't be surprised how he is able to be with us whenever we request him. So this is the quality of you leaders at the top, that you are both ambidextrous and omnipresent everywhere. I don't know how it happens really. Conferred with fellowship by Association of Surgeons of India, he has served on the board of management of Jan Shiksha Sansthan, a Government of India sponsored vocational training institute, for 6 years. He was the governor of District 3140 in 2006-07. District 3140 contributed, and now I know what is happening in this district. District 3140 contributed over $2 million to the Rotary Foundation for the first time in the history of the Rotary Foundation. And that 2 million was in the year 2006-07. So now it does translate to 10 million. Sandeep? So it is not a very difficult thing for you to do it.
Sure.
And District 3140 became #1 in the TRF contributions in the entire Rotary world that year. Yes, yes, please clap for this. This was a... And India, when it was not a country where that kind of contributions would come. It is no doubt that now 3141 is in the habit of replicating it. He has served Rotary as regional RI membership coordinator, Rotary International Trading Leader, gets chair twice and gets trainer 8 times. I don't think so anybody else in India would have done it. I am making it a little brief. Why I am doing it, otherwise you will get up and you will stop me, so I don't want that to happen. He served, I know you what you would do. He served as a Rotary International Director for the year 2019-21, my director. I cannot forget what an inspirational he has been, and the heights Rotary in India touched even in the most difficult times of COVID. And friends, the best news for us is that we are lucky to now have him as the trustee of Rotary Foundation, and that too till the year 2026. A rare honor. Yes, please. Yes, somebody was clapping and we have to. It's a rare honor for anyone in the world. And another feather in the cap, making us all proud. He will be the vice chair of the Rotary Foundation next year. Name any top Rotary International Award and it is to his name. He has been conferred with the Citation of Meritorious Service, the Distinguished Service Award by the Rotary Foundation, and Rotary's highest award, Service Above Self. His graceful and a very gracious spouse, we are missing her today, who seems to speak less, but her every word of her is so inspirational that she fills the whole world in that one sentence. Dr. Madhvi is a gynecologist. She was charter president of Innerwheel Club of Borivali. She is the past district chairman of Innerwheel. She has served as spouse training leader number of times, and they are blessed with 2 daughters, Dr. Nidhi and Dr. Shashmi. And now, friends, I welcome past Rotary International Director and Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya on the stage, please, with a big round of applause for him.
Thank you, Deepak, for that very, very kind and very, very generous introduction. So friends, on behalf of our chief guest today, Chair Ian, I will address everybody so that then protocols will have been observed. So I will do it on behalf of both of us. District Governor Sandeep and First Lady Malini, past Rotary International Director and past Trustee Ashok and Nayantara, Director-elect Raju and Vidya, the 2 presidents, Vineet and Sangeet, galaxy of past governors who are present here today. I would be failing in my duty. Sandeep, it will take half a minute more, but I will like to address all of them because they are my...
And future governors.
They are all my people. Dr. Shirish Sheth, Aziz Visram. Where is Kishore Bhai? I saw Kishore Bhai there. Kishore Bhai is there. Kishore Jobalia, Bansi Durandar, Ajay Gupta, Praful Sharma, Shashi Sharma, ARFC, Harjit Singh Talwar, incoming Governor Chetan Desai, Arun Bhargava and Chesran Desai, of course EMJ Deepak, And we have two people, senior people from the foundation staff team. From Evanston, we have Harvey Newcomb. Harvey, will you please rise and take a bow for all the good work that you do for our Rotary Foundation? And from South Asia office, we have Shakuntala. Will you also please rise and let's give a round of applause to Shakuntala for the work that she does for the Rotary Foundation. I know, Sandeep, in Maharashtra, we call these people the Utsav Murtis. The Utsav Murtis are the people who are the most important people. They are the real heroes of any event or any program. And I am sure you will agree with me, Sandeep. Ian, you will also agree with me that the real heroes of this program today is not Bharat Pandya, it's not Chair Ian, it's not Sandeep Agarwala. Sandeep, with apologies to you. But the real heroes are all our Arch Clump inductees who are the real heroes of our program, friends. Let's hear a big round of applause for all the Arch Clump inductees who have been. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your magnanimous generosity and for all the kindnesses that you have shown today, friends. You know, the words of a song are buzzing in my head. Amidst pleasures and possessions, though you may roam. Amidst pleasures and possessions, though you may roam. Be it ever so humble, there is no place like home. And Vinith, for me, home is District 3140 and now District 41. And I am so delighted and happy. Yes, I think that is a great pleasure and privilege for me. And I am so delighted and happy, Sandeep, to be here at this so beautifully organized and such an elegantly carried out program, friends. And what an astonishing figure, Chair Ian. 6.5 or 7 months into the year, he's already reached $2.5 million. I think that deserves a very big round of applause to Sandeep and Akshay. Will you also please rise? Where is Akshay? Has he disappeared somewhere? Akshay.
No, Akshay is here. Akshay.
There you are. Sandeep,
Come
Akshay.
on, Akshay, please come up on stage.
Akshay, come up quickly.
Please come up on stage. Yeah.
Run up quickly. Come quickly. Friends, I think you can say that these two people are really working magic as far as Rotary Foundation is concerned. But Sandeep and Akshay, you can't get away so easily. You know, Sandeep, you have been revising the figures for the clubs and you have been revising the figures for everybody here. And I'm not going to put in no pressure. As Chair Ian says, no pressure, but this figure has got to be, that 5 million figure has got to be revised, friends. Friends, individually, you and I have neither the ability nor the capacity to change the world, really. But working through the Rotary Foundation, we can definitely make it a better place to live in. The Rotary Foundation is our window to the world. Look through that window, and you will find hundreds and thousands of people who have no access to safe water and proper sanitation. You will see that pregnant woman who is struggling because she does not have access to good quality health care. You will see the hundreds and thousands of women 60-70 kilometers from here. Every day they have to walk a couple of kilometers for their daily requirement of water, friends. You will see this child of 10 or 11 years being pulled out of school, the girl child. Why? Because she has reached puberty and she has started menstruating and her parents don't want to go to school because there are no separate toilets for boys and girls. Friends, look through this window and that is the real world. And we have two options. We can either close the window, close our eyes and pretend that everything is fine and go with business as usual. Or we can do something, and I am telling you that the best way to do that something is through the programs and the work of the Rotary Foundation, friends. Our Arts Club inductees have all given their own personal stories. Why they give to the Rotary Foundation. Each of them is convinced that this foundation, the Rotary Foundation, is the best vehicle to do their charity, friends. You know, today, if Rotary enjoys the seat at the tables with the governments of the world, that is because of one program, and that is the Polio Plus program of Rotary International, friends. And that, of course, is a program of the Rotary Foundation, friends. There is an old saying, nothing happens unless there is first a dream.
And Chair Yan, you will agree that one of the outstanding things that Rotary and Rotarians have done is to show the world the dream that yes, a disease can be eradicated from the world. And it was Chair Yan's fellow Australian, past President Sir Clem Renouf, who made that dream of polio eradication Rotary's dream. And it was all of you and the Rotarians who have gone before all of us, friends, who worked hard to bring that dream to reality, who put their mind into it, who put their heart into it, and made their hands dirty and fingers dirty by going into the slums and immunizing the children from door to door, friends. Polio has really changed the image of Rotary across the world, friends. You know, Helen Keller was blind. She was once asked, Miss Keller, is there anything worse than being blind? She said, yes, having sight, but no vision. It is the Rotary Foundation, it is our Rotary Foundation that gives that forward-looking vision to Rotary of a better tomorrow for our children and our grandchildren. You know, have you heard of this organization known as Charities Aid Foundation? It's an organization which is the link between individuals, HNIs, corporations, and NGOs, charities, friends. And Charities AIDS Foundation comes out with what it calls as the WGI, World Giving Index, which gives a perspective on generosity on a global level, friends. And for the last 10 years, it has been conducting surveys in about 130 or 140 countries across the world. And 3 parameters they survey. They ask people, have you, in last 1 month, have you helped a stranger or a person you do not know? Second, have you donated money for a good cause? And third, have you volunteered your time to a worthwhile organization, friends? And they rank the countries. 1 is which has the highest ranking, and of course 120 or 130 which has the lowest ranking, friends. And can you imagine which country is number 1, friends? It's Indonesia. And probably, Taizun, that has something to do with the faith, the philosophy, the Muslim philosophy that yes, something has to be given to the charity. But can you imagine that in the top 10 countries, there are 4 countries, Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, and Zambia, friends. Countries you would not associate with charity, you would not associate with giving, friends. But I think that has something to do with the African philosophy or outlook of Ubuntu. Ubuntu means I am because you are. Actually translate is I am where I am because we all are, friends. We are all linked together in a chain. We cannot live in an island of happiness if around us there is unhappiness, friends. And that is exactly what the Rotary Foundation is doing, friends. It's allowing us to use our resources to bring happiness to those people who are unhappy, friends, so that together we can all live together in peace and harmony, friends. You know, Deepak mentioned that in 2006-07, District 3140 became number 1 giving district in the entire Rotary world. It was not important that Bharat Pandya was the governor. And while Sandeep, it was a matter of pride for me that it was 3140 who became. But the most important thing, friends, was that it was an Indian district which became number 1 in the Rotary world, and we were able to change the mindset of the world that Indians can also give, and they don't only ask, friends. Let me once more thank all the AKS members for their kindness and their generosity. I am reminded of this Sanskrit shloka. Sateshu jayate shurah, sahasreshu cha panditah, Vakta dasa sahasreshu data bhavati vanava. Let me translate it for our guests. In 100 people, you will find a brave person. In 1,000, you may find a pandit, that is a very learned person. In 10,000, you may find a great orator. But a generous donor, you may or may not find in a lifetime. And Chair Yan, we don't have 1, 2, but we have 12 such generous donors present here today. And I thank you from my bottom of my heart for all the things that you have done for this race. And let me end with the words of Emerson, who says that to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, that is the true meaning of success. My friends, Rotary and the Rotary Foundation is that power of one. One Rotarian, one club, one district, multiplied many times over, friends. Each one of us, each one of you has that power of one within you, friends. Use it wisely and well as we move forward. Enjoy Rotary, enjoy yourself. Thank you very much, friends.
Thank you, Dr. Bharat Pandya. I now invite Mr. Manik Gupta, the Managing Director of Vitra Trading, who's been the first-time CSR donor to the Rotary Club of Bombay for pediatric heart surgeries, who's actually asked to come and speak to us of his experience in giving. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for the opportunity to talk for a couple of minutes. I'm not a Rotarian from any club, but my association with Rotary has been probably 25 years. My father, who's also here with me, he's the past president of Rotary Club of Lucknow, which is one of the first 5 clubs in the country, established in 1940. My brother, my older cousin, Mr. Ajay Gupta, he's the ex-DG of the club. And the reason why I'm here is Vineet Patnagar, because we were meeting for some work-related stuff. And then, we spoke about work for 5 minutes, and then we spoke about 45 minutes for how, as a company, we can associate with Rotary. I could really hear the passion and compassion in Vineet's, Vineet really wanted us to be associated with Rotary. And the minute he said that, there's a pediatric surgery initiative of the Rotary Foundation, and that sort of really resonated with me. And as a company, we work with various initiatives on health-related initiatives. So being Rotary, and as one of the speakers said, it's a trusted foundation. So I really knew that when it goes through the rigor of compliance at a global level, there's going to be no issues and we'll have an immediate approval, which is exactly what happened. So thanks a lot. Our contribution to the fund has been small from what the numbers I've heard, but I hope we can continue being associated and do more work and be associated with Rotary for a long time. Thanks, Vineet. Thanks.
Thank you, Manik Gupta, for those very, very kind words. I now invite the EMGA, Deepak Gupta, to please come onto the stage.
So I'm back on the podium to now introduce Chair Ian Riseley, but the good news is that 3141 has done a great work in preparing a AV for you. So although I know you are a magical person, I have been following you from Delhi to Kathmandu and right here. And everywhere you are going, it is raining AKSs. So it was around 10 in Delhi, and maybe around similar number in Kathmandu, and here it is already 12, and I think by the time you will leave tomorrow, yes, please a round of applause for Ian Riseley. By the time you will leave, it will be 20, not less than that here. So, is the AV ready?
Yes. May we have the AV, please?
Trustee Chair Riseley is a chartered accountant and principal of Ian Riseley & Co., a firm he established in 1976. His honours include the AUS8 Peace Builder Award from the Australian Government in recognition of his work in East Timor, and the Medal of the Order of Australia for services to the Australian community, the Rotary Foundation Distinguished Service Award, and the Service Award for a Polio-Free World. Ian was and is a persuasive advocate for the introduction of women in Rotary. But one woman who didn't join the Sandingram Club even after persuasion was Juliet Riseley. Instead, she became the charter president of the Rotary Club of Hampton in 1995. They're very supportive of one another, but equally independent. He was governor of District 9810 in 1999, and he served till 2000, and she was the governor in 2011. He also worries that the Rotary needs to do a better job of communicating with people outside the organization. Ever the accountant Riseley thinks one way to demonstrate Rotary's impact is to quantify it. Chair Riseley and his wife Juliet are Rotary Foundation major donors and Bequest Society members. Ladies and gentlemen, please join hands together as I present to you the Rotary Foundation Trustee Chair 2022 to 23, Ian Riseley, and his lovely wife Juliet Riseley. Please give it up for them.
Well, unfortunately, Juliet isn't with us today, but Ian, please do come and address us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was a bit worried there that you'd sneak Juliet in while I wasn't watching. Namaste and good evening. I do thank everyone here for the warm welcome, and I send and bring greetings from the aforementioned past District Governor Juliet. We travel a lot, and there are things happening at home that require at least one of us there from time to time, and it's my turn to be here, and it's her turn to be at home. And she actually made it home, notwithstanding a couple of flight cancellations. That's how life is these days. It's always a pleasure to return to the great nation of India. Always a pleasure. But I have to say that Trustee Bharat almost invariably has me constantly on the go when I'm here. He's been very gentle with me this time, Bharat, so I thank you. And allow me to pay tribute to Trustee Dr. Bharat Pandya. As was mentioned, next year he will be Vice Chair of the Rotary Foundation Board of Trustees, which is a tribute to his industry and his effectiveness and his hard work. I congratulate you, Bharat. The other problem I have is that I speak in India, it's a tradition that you speak last when you're the chief guest. And that's fine, except it means I follow Bharat, I follow Raju, I even follow Sandeep. So the vast majority of what I was going to say has already been taken. But there's a few comments I still wish to make. And I apologise in advance for not being able to spend as much time with you tonight as I otherwise would like. I came here via Bangladesh and Nepal. And Nepal they were both terrific, but I managed to bring a stomach bug with me from Bangladesh. So forgive me if I come and go a little bit. That's sort of how life is, I'm afraid. Peace and conflict resolution, in my opinion, is one of the areas of Rotary activity for which we will become better and better known as the years go by. So don't mention cricket, okay? I believe we have a series coming up sometime soon. But of all the events we have in the Rotary Foundation, it's these AKS induction ceremonies that really are one of my absolute favourite events. Because we get to hear what it is that motivates our biggest donors to contribute to our Rotary Foundation. And that's not just interesting, but it's really interesting, but it's important as well, because what ticks the box for the very generous people that are here tonight and will be, no pressure, but they will be, adding on, because only in India, I think, can you possibly stand on stage, point at someone and say, of course there's more money coming from here. In Australia you would be stoned if you tried that. But here it seems to work, and the figures that we've seen tonight are absolutely astonishing. And I love the comments that we get from the inductees. I took down a couple of notes of things that in particular I took note of from our awardees tonight. Manoj, first up I think. Let me say that any photograph that has an AKS awardee with two beautiful dogs means that obviously that person is a very caring person. That was clear to me. It was also obvious that they're very generous people. So I happen to love dogs, and I think there was a beagle and a red setter or something in the photograph, and that is special. That works. But Taizun mentioned how important it is to have this event in your home city. The tradition, whatever that means, is that people go from wherever across the world to a very important ceremony at our headquarters in Evanston. And that's a wonderful occasion. I strongly recommend it to any donor. However, it doesn't necessarily suit everybody. And tonight, allow me to say, I think this is a spectacularly successful event, and I congratulate the organisers in this. Now, polio was mentioned. The great nation of India can be enormously proud of the steps that you collectively took to eradicate polio from this country. Enormously proud. And that was not just because of what it does for the children, which is the most important thing, but what it showed is the determination of the people of this great nation to do something. And in the end, when all of the people, all of the WHO and others were saying it would be a problem to try and eradicate polio in India, you did it here. And it's very impressive indeed. You should be congratulated for that. And we are making progress. Maybe you're like me. Remember these? Remember this close?
Yes.
Well, I got a little bit tired of this close, and it kept on doing this and doing this and doing this. But we are genuinely getting closer and closer. Our last case of wild polio was the 15th of September last year. So we are on the way, nothing since then. That's impressive. We also have a new novel, that's the name of it, vaccine that is being trialled. When Bharat and I were at a trustee meeting in October, we were advised that they had just administered the 500 millionth vaccination of this new vaccine. The advantage of this new vaccine is that apparently, and I should defer to Dr. Pandya here, but the advantage of it is that it minimises the chances of it becoming a vaccine-derived case, in other words, spreading through a community. This is another significant development within the fight against polio, and it takes us one step closer. So we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the way. I had the pleasure of going to the World Health Summit in Berlin in, I think it was September. It was a pledging moment where various NGOs and governments say they'd like to give money over the next 3-year period to polio eradication. And I had the privilege of being second last speaker. And various NGOs had made commitments, and that was all very nice. And on behalf of Rotary and the Rotary Foundation, I was able to say that over the next 3 years, we, you and I, pledge $150 million for polio. And you know that that's essential that we do just that, because without that contribution of 50 million a year, we don't maximise the amount we get from the Gates Foundation. So it just makes sense. Those accountants amongst us, in terms of return on investment, it's pretty hard to argue with a 2-for-1 match like that. So I was the second last speaker. The final speaker was Dr. Chris Elias, who is the General Manager of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. To again use a cricketing analogy, he hit it over the fence by announcing $1.2 billion over 3 years. A wonderful figure, and that takes us on the way to what we require to keep working and to eradicate polio. But the reason I mention this is because sometimes people get the feeling that we don't get enough credit for the work we collectively do for polio eradication. Let me tell you that Chris Elias asked me to stay on stage so that he could spend several minutes publicly to the entire organisation, publicly thanking Rotary for our leadership and the fact that we started this. As was said before, Clem Renouf, my hero, was mentioned. We started this way back. We will finish this as well. But we got great credit from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is excellent. I mentioned peace and conflict resolution. One of the things that really makes us do well on this are our peace centres, and we have recently made the decision that the new centre that will be established in the Middle East and North Africa, fully funded by an outside donor, fully funded, is going to be in Istanbul, commencing in 2025. And think about that. It costs money, obviously, to establish and run a peace centre. A foundation from the USA admires what we do with peace centres, and they had two choices. They could do it themselves, or they could give us the money and we could do it for them. Obviously, we have the track record on the board, and so they have given us, as it happens, $15.5 million to enable us to establish and operate the new peace centre, which is really exciting, and it's a tribute to what Rotary and the Rotary Foundation does in the world of peace. You know, and it's been said already, you know the reasons why contributions to our Rotary Foundation are important. You know why our foundation is a special organisation. It's stewardship. It's the fact that we care very much about the precision of what we say we will do. It is the sustainability. We do things that last into the future, not just this week. And we do it at an extremely low cost. You give money to various other charities, and I can tell you that the vast majority of them will spend a lot of that on administration and fundraising. We don't have to do that because so much of the work is undertaken by Rotary volunteers. I don't know whether you've noticed that, but you volunteers, you're not paid. So that keeps our cost way down. Again, that's another reason why our foundation is special. I do thank the South Asia office and all of the office bearers, RRFCs, and all the other acronyms that we have, because they do a wonderful job. I'm delighted that we have one of our stalwarts in foundation fundraising here, Harvey Newcomb, who I think last week or the week before celebrated 31 years with our Rotary Foundation. Harvey, wonderful to have you here. So let me conclude by saying what's most important, which is thank you. Thank you for your generosity. No pressure, but we're looking forward to that generosity continuing. And we have an expression in Australia, it's called the warm fuzzies, and it was mentioned by one of the inductees. It's the feeling you get when you're making a contribution to make the world a better place. We call it the warm fuzzies. Do you agree with me that when you make a contribution, you do get that feeling in your heart that you're making a difference, that you're doing it and you're doing it well. Well, you have my official permission to keep feeling great. Don't stop now, because our Rotary Foundation needs your continuous, ongoing support, and together we do make a difference. Thanks for your welcome.
Thank you, Ian. So, inspired by Manik Gupta's address, we have another CSR donor, the Managing Director and CEO of HDFC Mutual Fund, one of our strongest supporters in the Rotary Club of Bombay this year for multifarious projects like the Biodiversity Environmental Park at the University of Mumbai campus at Kalina, the Dharamshala or the charitable hostel which we have built for the Tata Memorial Cancer Hospital patients. May I now invite you, sir, to please address us and share your views.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm here because of my colleague Alok, and I'm here because of Vineet Bhatnagar, who took us to the heart of Mumbai, Kalina, and showed us a barren piece of land and said that, can we convert this into a biodiversity park? Biodiversity in a city like Mumbai looks like an oxymoron, but I think thanks to Rotary Club, thanks to leadership of Sandeep, and thanks to all the Rotarians, with our little help, it became a reality. Few months back, we had a great pleasure of inaugurating a wonderful, a very beautiful biodiversity park in the heart of Mumbai. Thank you so much for making it, Vineet and everyone. I'm part of HDFC Mutual Fund, where our mission is to be the wealth creator for every Indian, and our vision is to be the most respected asset manager in the world. My friend Manoj Murarka is sitting here. He's been an investor in one of the most innovative mutual fund that has ever been created by any mutual fund in the world, called HDFC Mutual Fund Cancer Cure Fund. This was one of the biggest innovation in philanthropy, where we launched a product which invests in fixed income instruments in India, where an investor can put money, gets the principal back after 3 years, but the income earned on that is given to one of the NGO, Indian Cancer Society, which is used for helping those. And over the last 10 years, a couple of those tranches have been done, and some of the people who have been sitting here have been an investor. Because we got connected with that cause, again, Sandeep and Vineet inspired us for another very interesting project, which was creating that Dharamshala that you talked about in Parel. I'm sure if you have traveled to that part of the town, you would have seen families staying or sleeping under the flyover, because they have to stay in Mumbai for several weeks, several days, several months, and they don't have a place to stay. Thanks to Rotary Club and our joint venture, I think hopefully soon we'll be inaugurating 100 flats which can be utilized by the families who are coming here to get treatment done for their families. So thank you so much again. I think it's a wonderful cause, and we are deeply inspired by everything that the Rotarians do. Our group chairman, the legend Mr. Deepak Parekh, always inspires us. Whenever the youngsters like me meet him, he always tells us, learn, earn, return. He keeps telling me, always remember, learn, earn, return. And he also tells us, philanthropy should not be an option, it must be a habit. Philanthropy should not be an option, it must be a habit. Now, of course, CSR is a popular word, you talked about it, but he always tells us, because SDFC Foundation got set up much before the regulation on CSR came in, because it's a habit, it's part of our ethos, it's part of our value system, and that's why being part of that group, we feel deeply inspired, and also it's a great inspiration to see so many people here who really believe in learn, earn, and return, and returning back to the society. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Navneet Manot. As you know, Mr. Deepak Parekh was a member of the Rotary Club of Bombay, and today he is the honorary member of the Rotary Club of Bombay. Thank you so much for all your support. Trustee Chair Ian, I'd like to tell you that the Times of India Lit Fest held in Mumbai is one of the most prestigious Lit Fests of India. And this year, our Rotary District 3141 sponsored the Peace Prize for the best author in the Lit Fest to bring to fore our concept of peace. We're also committed to becoming a peace district, as is in the Rotary Foundation. And of course, we're doing several international projects, amongst them doing free pediatric heart surgeries for children from Uganda at zero cost to them. We treat them in Mumbai, cure them, and send them back free of cost. And the airfare is also borne partly by the government of Uganda and partly by the Indian Association in Uganda, who send them here. Once they land in Mumbai, the entire cost is borne by us. So far, we have done about 20 children this year. We're committed to do up to 80 in this entire year. As long as there's inflow, we will treat them. We believe that's a part of our international understanding and goodwill, and we will promote that. Speaking of polio, we have been impressing on every single club to be a 100% giving club in polio, even if the contribution is small. Because as you said, India eradicated polio 11 years ago, and we want it to be uppermost in everyone's mind. Many members don't even know that Rotary was responsible for eradicating polio in India 11 years ago. So to serve as a reminder that polio is still there, not gone, we need to not let our vigil down. We're continuing to impress upon them to contribute, even if it's a small amount, to the foundation. Thank you very much, Navneet. With this, I come to the next phase of our program, which is the major donor recognitions. As I read out your names, may I request you to please stand in your places with your partners. Our Rotarians will come to you and hand you over the recognition crystal, and we will then give you a collective round of applause. Please remain standing till the end of this ceremony. Please remain standing. Once we give you a collective round of applause, please sit down. May I request you not to clap intermittently so that we can go with the flow of the program as fast as possible. May I have the presentation on the screen, please? So, the first one who have achieved AKS members who are not here present here today for the induction ceremony are Rotarians Harish and Beena Shah from Rotary Club of Queen's Necklace, Mumbai. The next is Hiten and Gopi Shah, also from Rotary Club of Queen's Necklace, Mumbai. They have also achieved AKS member status. The third is Vivek Gaur and Rashmi Dutt, who are also who are not from our district, but have combined together with Rotary Club of Bombay Airport and become an AKS member. We have with us today Narendra Dalmia, Rotary Club of Mumbai Western Elite, who's achieved major donor level 4. Narendra? Yes, thank you. We don't have with us today Nimish and Sonal Shah. He's the president of Rotary Club of Bombay Metropolitan, who's achieved major donor level 3. Next in this list is Niranjan and Sandhya Junjunwala. I know Niranjan ji is here from Rotary Club of Mumbai North End. Next are Rotarian Pradeep and Preeti Gupta from Rotary Club of Bombay, who's achieved major donor level 3. He's not here today. On the list next is Rotarian Sri Gopal and Uma Pachisia for having achieved major donor level 3, Rotary Club Bombay Harbour. They are with us here today. May I request you to please stand up. Next is Rotarian Anju and Dharmendra Siraj from Rotary Club of Queen's Necklace, Mumbai, for having achieved major donor level 2. Thank you very much for being here. Rotarian Ashish and Gopi Ved from Rotary Club of Bombay for having achieved major donor level 2. Thank you very much, Ashish. Please stand up. The next is none other than past Rotary International Director and past TRF Trustee, Rotarian Ashok and Nayantara Mahajan for having achieved major donor level 2. Thank you very much, Ashok. Please, if you don't mind, remain standing till they come and felicitate you. Next is Rotarian Jitendra and Amita Kamra from Rotary Club of Mumbai West End, major donor level 2. Jitendra, I know you are here. Will you please stand up? There you are. Next is Rotarian Kandarp and Rotarian Tehmeena Khanwala from Rotary Club of Bombay Airport for having achieved major donor level 2. Kandarp. Next is Rotarian Lalit and Mamta Goel from Rotary Club of Mumbai Western Elite, Major Donor Level 2. Next is Rotarian Monish Bachu, who is not with us here today, from Rotary Club of Mumbai Western, Major Donor Level 2. Next is Rotarian Mukesh and Purnima Thakkar from Rotary Club of Borivali for having achieved Major Donor Level 2. He's not with us here today. Next is Rotarian Paritosh and Rotarian Tina Rukta from Rotary Club of Mumbai Royals for having achieved Major Donor Level 2. I know both of them are here today. Next is Rotarian Subodh and Prem Bora from Rotary Club Bombay Airport for having achieved Major Donor Level 2. They're not with us here today. Next is Rotarian Suketu and Beena Jariwala from Rotary Club of Bombay Airport, Major Donor Level 2. They are not with us here today. Next is Rotarian President Vineet and Rangita Bhatnagar from Rotary Club of Bombay, Major Donor Level 2. Next is Rotarian AK and Jayashree Vishwanathan from Rotary Club of Bombay North. They're not with us here today, Major Donor Level 1. And this is actually a misleading slide. She has just come up in the break which we had, Ian, and said that she's now committed to become Major Donor Level 3. Rotarian Amrita Vakil, Rotary Club of Bombay, Bayview. She's the president this year. Next is Rotarian Usha and Arun and Usha Loya, Rotary Club of Bombay, Queen City, Major Donor Level 1. Arun, you're here? No, they're not here with us today. Next is Rotarian Gaurav and Mona Nevatia from Rotary Club of Bombay, Major Donor Level 1. They're not with us today. Next is Rotarian Gaurav and Preeti Patel from Rotary Club of Queen's Necklace, Mumbai, Major Donor Level 1. They're not with us here today. Next is Rotarian KV Premraj and Ranjini Premraj from Rotary Club of Borivali for Major Donor Level 1. They are with us here today. I know, I've seen them. There they are. Next is Rotarian Navneet and Forum Majmera. Navneet is the president of Rotary Club of Bombay Hanging Garden, Major Donor Level 1. Next is Rotarian Nikhil and Archita Rajpuria from Rotary Club of Mumbai West End, Major Donor Level 1. Will you please stand up, sir, and be recognized? Thank you. Next is Rotarian Nilesh and Rajul Barfiwala from Rotary Club of Mumbai Malaba Hill, Major Donor Level 1. Next is Rotarian Sachin and Neha Bandari from Rotary Club of Mumbai West End, Major Donor Level 1. They're not with us here today. They're here. I'm sorry, someone here said they're not there. Welcome, Sachin. Thank you for your generosity. Next is Rotarian Shrikant and Veena Bhatt from Rotary Club of Bombay, Chembur West. They're not with us here today. Shrikant is the president of the club this year. Next is Rotarian Sham and Nandini Avasthi from Rotary Club of Mumbai West End, Major Donor Level 1. And the last coming up on the list, but not the least, is Rotarian Tejas and Keyuri Sura from Rotary Club of Bombay West, Major Donor Level 1. Well, thank you very much. I now invite a collective round of applause for all our most generous donors at various levels of donors, and may you go from strength to strength. I now invite all our AKS donors recognized today to please come up to the stage with the partners for a photograph with TRF Chair Ian Riseley and TRF Trustee Bharat Pandya. May I request you to please make your way to the stage. I'll also request Harvey and Shakuntala to join us for the photograph.
I also want to thank our district governor and Malini Agrawala for becoming a major donor level 1. Jai ho to him, leading by example.
May I invite Rotary International Director-elect Raju Subramaniam and Vidya also to please join us. Vineet, Rangita and Sangeet.
It's okay. Okay.
I now invite Assistant Rotary, Regional Rotary Foundation Coordinator, Harjeet Talwar, to give his valedictory address. I beg your pardon, we have missed recognizing Major Donor, Level 1, Ravi and Reva Budhiraja from Rotary Club of Mumbai South. Please stand up, Ravi and Reva. Where are you? Which table? Thank you very much for your generosity. Please sit down, please settle down because you're going to be served dinner immediately after the valedictory address. It's going to be served on your table. They will also take your drinks order and please do not get up, otherwise they cannot serve. Thank you, Harjeet, all yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
May I request everyone to please settle down. Please settle down there. Paritosh, please settle down. Thank you. Out there in the corner, far left, please settle down, everyone. Please settle down. Thank you. Please. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I promise I won't stand between you and dinner. Please bear with me for the next 3 to 4 minutes. It is indeed a privilege and distinct honor to propose the vote of thanks. What an amazing and spectacular AKS induction ceremony we had today. On behalf of District Governor Sandeep Agarwala and Malini and 6,000 plus Rotarians of District 3141, I would like to thank our chief guest, past Rotary International President and Trustee Chair, Rotarian Ian Riseley, for taking time from his busy schedule and be amidst us to inspire and enthuse us to contribute generously. Sir, your address was truly motivating and has touched our hearts, and we shall ever remain indebted to you. We thank past Rotary International Director and TRF Trustee, our very endearing Dr. Bharat Pandya, pride of RID 3141, for always motivating us to do more and to give more. Bharat, you are an eloquent speaker, and it is always a pleasure to listen to your mesmerizing oratory. Thank you for your motivational and quotational address. We are in awe of you, sir. Simple, unassuming and down to earth, RRFC and Rotary International Director-elect, Raju Subramanian and Vidya, we are grateful for your support and encouragement and continued guidance, and look forward to a glorious year when you adorn the RI board as Director 2023-2025. Our district has always been in the forefront in contributions to the Rotary Foundation, in number 1 or number 2 spot for the past several years running, a matter of immense pride for all of us. Our sincere appreciation and heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed AKS members and all large-hearted Rotarians who continue to contribute large sums of money to TRF. We are truly overwhelmed by your support to the foundation. You, my dear friends, have made this possible, where District 3141 stands tall today in the Rotary world and the foundation. Truly rich are those that possess a rich heart than lots of money. You truly believe that our Rotary Foundation is the heart of Rotary service, enabling us to do good in the world and spread smiles amongst those less fortunate. All of you have experienced and realized the fact that only if you give can you receive more. So ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a big round of applause for this generous, large-hearted, benevolent contribution. Hearty congratulations to District Governor Sandeep Agarwala and his TRF team, led by smart District Secretary Akshay Mehta, and the entire team who are going great guns and moving full steam ahead, having already achieved $2.5 million and are all set to break all records and set new benchmarks. All the best for the remaining 148 days, Sandeep and the TRF team. A sincere appreciation and grateful thanks to President Vineet Bhatnagar of Rotary Club of Bombay. Come on, Rotary Club of Bombay. And President Sangeet Modi of Rotary Club Mumbai Royals and their teams for jointly hosting today's event. Would like to place on record our sincere appreciation for the College of Governors who have taken time out to grace today's event. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all of you, my fellow Rotarians and partners. Your presence today has made the function lively and contributed immensely to its success. Thank you very much. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, Arjit. I'd also like to add my own appreciation to Chief Coordinator Paritosh Shrungta, my member Khurshid Poonawala, and of course Vineet Bhatnagar and his team, and the President of Rotary Club of Bombay Peninsula, who is not with us here, Prashant Gupta, for putting together all the AVs in record time. Thank you very much for all your patience today, and this brings us to the end of tonight's function. Enjoy your dinner, and thank you for coming.
you.